Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very special guest with me. It's Aanam. Hello, hi guys. So I'm sure you already know who Aanam is. She's a blogger but also like a content creator just like me. She has a YouTube channel. She puts out so many videos a week. She has a blog, 5 videos a week. I will list all of her links in the description bar below, and seriously she is super inspirational. How do you get it all done? I don't know.
That was a very warm welcome. Thank you. I'm happy to be on your channel. How do I get it all done? I think I work with to-do lists. That's how I get it all done.
You made it sound really easy, I'm sure.
You know, I'm hyper organized.
Yeah, that she is. That she is.
And it's not just me, it's also people who help me and my team. There's no way I can take all the credit for it.
It's been a super fun day at her place today, and I've also vlogged this day, and we also filmed a video on Aanam's channel. So please go check it out after you watch this video. If you're coming here from Aanam's video, then hi, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel. Shameless self-promotion.
No, please do. You must always subscribe. When you like a creator's content, make sure you always hit that follow or subscribe button. Must always do shameless plugging.
It makes all the difference, and it shows us you like our content and support us.
And support us, yeah. That's so important.
So Aanam and I are both, you could say, something of first generation bloggers.
Yes. I've heard that term a lot, and I kind of agree with it. Anything over 5 years now, I think, counts as first gen bloggers.
She has been blogging for
7 years this December.
I have been blogging in Jan, it will be 10 years, so it's a long time.
It's a long time.
And now we kind of identify as content creators, just because we are not just blogging, we are creating content for so many different platforms. Today I thought that we'll get back to basics and talk about blogging and the work, the content creation aspect, and just have a fun little, like almost a Q&A type of tag thingy. I am rambling now, but you will get the ideas.
You look cute rambling.
Thank you. Payal here has compiled a lovely set of questions for us that will help you get to know us as bloggers and get to know about the blogging space in India, I would say, at least in the lifestyle, beauty, fashion sort of thing that we both inhabit. Let's get started.
How many years have you been blogging for?
Almost 7.
Close to 10. So in Jan it'll be 10, and yours?
In December it'll be 7.
So very,
it's been a minute, huh?
Minute.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
How did you all start blogging?
Do you want to go first?
No, go first. I don't know your story.
Now, though I'm comfortable with being on camera, I characterize myself as pretty awkward as a teenager. I was definitely more of an introvert. And I then thought that I wanted to become a journalist. So I figured that a blog would be a good place to chronicle sort of my writing, that I always felt like writing was my strength. I had blogs since years before that also, since way before 10 years, but I always did 1 or 2 posts and just left them. So now I decided, let me start a blog and let me see it through and be consistent. Yeah, the rest is history.
Well, I always wanted to work at a fashion magazine, and I thought that fashion, beauty, lifestyle, travel, that was sort of the space I wanted to be in. While I was in college, I had a student lifestyle platform reach out to me, and I was already freelancing for social media with a couple of brands at the time independently. I was interning at Vogue as well, so it was a lot of inspiration, and I had the student lifestyle platform reach out to me and ask me...
I think we both interned for said student lifestyle platform.
Coolidge?
AOL Coolidge.
Yeah. And it was very lifestyle centric, right? So I used to keep asking them, can I do more fashion bits, more beauty bits? And unfortunately at the time they were focusing very clearly on student lifestyle. As much as I enjoyed that, I felt like there was a lot of fashion and beauty based ideas that students could have taken away and actually had some value, take away home value for. You know how I am, I've always been very real girl style, real girl info. I've always talked about doing things from a very real girl perspective. It meant a lot to me that the content ideas that were coming to my mind don't go to waste, which is sort of where I started documenting and journaling, and also sort of had the chance to co-create photos with my really close friend who's a photographer. So she helped me sort of build the visual need that I had to go with the requirement of having a blog. And I've always been a writer. I've been writing since I could write. I mean, I have articles that go back to when I was 7 or 8, and I've always enjoyed writing. And then I guess it just sort of happened by accident, where a friend of mine told me that don't let your ideas go to waste, and started as a website. And I had Megha, who was working on her portfolio at the time, and sort of just it was great timing, and it just snowballed right from there.
What's the best part about blogging?
Being able to build the community that I have. I mean, I guess pre-blogging, I would never have been able to think that I have so many 100,000 people watching me on different platforms. I feel like I'm a friend, and that's the best part for me. This community that I feel like I've managed to have a two-way communication, and that means the world to me. That keeps me going.
Absolutely. For me, it's very similar. That experience is very rewarding, and I would also build on that. I find it very special when I get comments from people just saying that they read a book, or they watched a movie, or they tried a lipstick.
That you recommended?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they loved it.
Yes.
And
yes.
that is like one of the most special parts of my job. It always makes me like a little bit emotional, no matter how many times I get a similar comment. It's just like I feel like I'm making a difference. I know I'm not like making a big difference in the grand scheme of things. It's something small, but I helped someone, I made someone happy. Yeah.
Can I just actually add something to that? I used to think like you that, oh, we're not really doing something in the grand scheme of things. And I got this email from this girl who was going through depression. This was about 1.5 years ago. And she actually mentioned this point to me in the email, that back at the time I had apparently mentioned a few times that, look, I know my job isn't like serious and me. And she was like, no, you don't realize on a day-to-day basis how many people come back and look at your barefaced Instagram stories with you being real, and it comforts people in knowing that there are more like us. I'm not a trained makeup artist, but I make makeup tutorials, and I've actually done 2 cooking videos because I love to cook. Things that you would normally not consider yourself an expert in. But it gives people this is what I've been told. I'm not like making this up or assuming, but that it gives people comfort in knowing that there are more like you. And while we're not making a huge change from like a political or global scenario, I feel like being able to connect with people is something that we can do, and
I feel like the beauty of our times.
Yeah, and that we're so real, and I feel like Magali and I have that in common. We're very honest about our opinions, and listen, if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, move on to the next person your opinion matches with, I guess.
Absolutely, couldn't have put it better.
What are the challenges of blogging?
Where do I begin?
Yeah. Sometimes working with brands can be double-edged, rewarding but frustrating. I hope you picked up the tea for that reason.
Yeah, of course.
I love to be able to create content my way. Yeah. I love to be able to collaborate with brands. It doesn't feel great when a brand tries to micromanage what we do. Tries to like,
and it does happen every once in a while.
It does. I would say it happens like pretty often, sadly. And they don't trust our vision, but they try to like control our message, and I never stand for that because I know my audience best, and I'm going to be honest to them. And I always feel like my first commitment is to my audience, not to any brand or anything, because I mean, you guys are why we are here.
Correct.
The micromanaging part, not trusting what we can do and sort of trying to tell us what to do. Like, I understand they're working with us, but also have trust in your partners and people you work with. Let's not even get started on freelancer payments.
Where do I begin? If I had to pick one genuine concern I have, I think it's with how not seriously people take blogging as a career.
Oh yeah, preach.
I've had people tell me, you just take pretty pictures on Instagram, and I don't even consider myself like a hardcore Instagrammer. Like, I've gone days without posting on Instagram. The sad part is, I also sometimes find brands not understanding that you are a content creator, and if you've approached me for a collaboration, you need to give me your campaign idea and leave the execution and process to me. If you've come to me because I've built an audience, because I know my audience, like you said. And for me, I take into the fact that my audience is an extension of me. You are my audience because you have similar likes as me, you probably have similar dislikes as me.
I identify with your voice.
Yeah, and I want to be able to package a certain product or service or campaign the way I think fits well. I'm not very into creating ads. I'm like, especially if it's for my platforms.
I don't see the point.
Yeah, and if I'm producing for a client's platform, great. I'll make the ads start to end, keep your logo and all of that. But if it's for my platforms, let it be my voice. The only way I would like to sort of sum this up is seriousness from either end. Whether it's people are like, oh, you're a blogger, and it's become like this everybody is a blogger. It's like being a designer in the early 90s where everybody was a fashion designer.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you know how in the early 90s आंटी जी कपड़े बनाते हैं, वो भी कपड़े बनाते हैं, ये भी कपड़े बनाते हैं, वो import करके बनाते हैं, export. It was a thing, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just learning this.
Yeah, it's like being a fashion designer in the 90s. Everyone was a fashion designer. I feel like we need to just take the industry with a little more seriousness, and we're individuals, we're tax-paying citizens, we have teams, and we have a lot of effort. We're business owners. A lot of content creators have merchandise and parallel businesses, and we're not gaining any of that out of nowhere. It's coming because we're very determined people, we're ambitious people, and we know what we want, and if we know how to talk to our audience, take us seriously.
Exactly. So many of
it's
us
not
are
all fun and
balancing
games.
a lot of hats. Like, I mean, when I create a video at home and I have someone helping me behind the camera, like my mom most of the time, honestly, but I feel like, I mean, we are the talent, we have scripted it, we are the DOP, cinematographer, whatever you want to call it, editor, yeah, everything. Those are a lot of serious jobs all in one, and we may not do it at the level that like a pro is doing it, but still those are a lot of things to juggle.
Yeah, and I agree. And like someone recently asked me that if you had to describe the job of a blogger in like a couple of lines, what would you say? And I said, you know what? When you go to a company, you have different people allotted basis hierarchy and scope of work. Imagine one person doing all of it. If you're in, like Magali, you work alone. You're literally doing all of it.
No, again, I have to give a lot of credit to my mom. She's basically like an unpaid employee. Like, she helps me a lot.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work still. Like for me, today I have a team and I have help, but I've gone through like 5 years with no team and doing everything all by myself the first 5 years. Obviously, you can't afford to pay someone from day one. You don't even know whether you're own making money, right? Like, you work on it. The industry needs to be taken a little more seriously from within the community itself, from the follower point of view, and from the industry scale as well.
One YouTuber or influencer you look up to or who inspires you?
Chriselle Lim. That was easy. I love her. I think she maintains like fabulous work-life balance, has a parallel business, starting her second parallel business really soon, has babies, looks beautiful, pregnant. I sound like I'm obsessed and like a PR person, which I'm not, just a follower. But yeah, okay, I should shut up now.
I have a few. I already actually discussed this. We discussed it a bit in your video. But I really like itslinamar. She's from UK and she's a YouTuber of Indian origin. And I think I like mention her pretty often. But yeah, I really like her content. And there are a few. I like Hey Claire. Have you seen Hey Claire's work?
I'm going to go look these names up once we're done.
She makes really beautiful aesthetic videos on beauty and lifestyle. So I know the question was one and I wondered, I'm sure I'm missing out on people.
Indian. Give me Indian names. Spill the tea. This is tea, by the way. It's not a lens. There's still some tea left.
There is some tea?
Yeah. Okay. I reheat my chai like 4 times.
My mom makes me chai. And I'll take forever to drink it, and then I'll feel like really guilty and I'll gulp it cold. You got cold tea? Yeah, I got this reaction a lot, you know. Yeah, I got cold tea.
So the weird thing about me with tea is in the mornings, like if I'm doing the dip with the butter, if I'm having toast or whatever, like on which I allow myself to do a couple of times a week, I have 2 different cups of chai. One is for the drinking, one is for the butter dipping. Anyway, too much information.
What do you like blogging about the most and why?
I like vlogging a lot.
I like a lot of different things in blogging. Personal style, food, lifestyle. I think what makes it for me is the blend of all these things.
Yeah.
So I couldn't pick one. That's the best thing about my blog that I did from the beginning sort of is it never gets boring because I've always changed the blog with me.
I get that.
So when I love something, I include it. I stop doing something, like I drop that. Obviously, it's always been an extension of my passions and I can't pick. I cover a lot of topics and I love them all.
Yeah, I have the attention span of an eyelash. So
I didn't know eyelashes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I love vlogging. Like I do a lot of vlogs and I do a lot of fashion. I do a lot of beauty. I used to do more fashion till last year, but I think beauty has sort of
eclipsed.
Yeah, sneaked into the running on the last lap there. Hopefully not the last lap. Don't know why I said that. But yeah, I enjoy a lot of beauty as well. But I think vlogging and beauty make it to my favorites. My God, I just picked my favorite child. It feels like that.
Favorite social media platform?
YouTube.
That was quick.
Like I love Facebook. It'll always be the motherboard of social media and
Motherboard.
yeah, like you know, like the backbone of social media. And I love Instagram, but I feel like the kind of feedback I get on YouTube, it's really surprising that I'm picking YouTube because for me, after being with various two different networks, I got active on my own channel only last year. But I think there is a reason why I went from doing 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 videos a week.
How does she do it, guys? 5 videos a week. Like, don't miss that. 5 videos a week.
I'm telling you, my motivation for it is because I get great feedback on video. I love video, and I'm understanding what the audience wants here. And I feel like that's why YouTube has sort of like made it to my favorites list.
It's most immersive, yeah. You can't tell that much of a story with an Instagram picture. You just can't, even if you write a caption. But a video, it just conveys so much. It's like really helpful. I enjoy watching YouTubers and I identify with them. I gain knowledge.
It's like a story. Like, I watch at least 3-4 YouTube videos before I go to sleep, are my favorite.
Same. And if I want to learn a new technique for just about anything, whether it's makeup or cooking, where am I going to search first?
How to tether the camera to the laptop. I learned that from YouTube, by the way.
That's so cool.
One of the best or memorable comments you got on one of your posts?
I cannot remember one, but all of the sweet comments are so special. I just recently got a comment on one of my Goa vlogs. I made a couple of Goa vlogs last year for my ancestral home. They are pretty different to what I did because they are not the typical travel video, and I'm showing you guys, like, I would say sort of an intimate part of my life, because I'm showing you that ancestral home that I spent all of my school vacations in. So though I wasn't born in Goa, I just have a strong connection to it. I understand that a lot of non-Goans don't get to see that side of Goa ever. I got a lot of really special comments on it. Recently I got one that said like, I don't know, it said that she said that this was like the best depiction she had seen of Goa, and I portrayed the place very specially, and she felt like a connection. Yeah, when I managed to do some content and like, I don't know, somebody leaves a special comment like that, when you get a detailed comment telling you that they really liked your content or you really helped them, all of those are special to me.
Yeah, I get that. I can't really pinpoint to one comment in particular either, to be honest, but I think it's the mode of the comments that really make it in a special place in my heart. It's not just the one that compliment me on my content, it's also how I do my content. Like, I have a lot of people who tell me that you put a lot of thought into it, or there's a lot of effort that goes into the volume of content, because doing 5 videos a week, I've been doing it for 5 months. I'm doing it without, may I say it for myself, without compromising on quality. And I had someone point that out to me in a recent comment, apart from which, when they find my content genuinely like relatable, I appreciate that. I'm not trying to be your snooty, fashionable, you know, high school friend. I'm not. Because that's not who I am as a person. I'm a very friendly person. Like, I like people. I like making friends. So I think when people get my personality so right, those comments really, like, they mean more to me.
One thing you hate when people say to you through your comments?
Why do you talk so much? But I'm on YouTube to talk, no? You
I
want to
also
just
get
sit
that.
there or what?
Or when people pick like random things like imperfections or on my face or parts of my body, that can be really annoying. I don't hide my imperfections. We both come on camera barefaced a lot, pimple marks, dark circles, everything visible, oily skin. And the reason I do that, like, it's intentional. It's just because I'm showing you guys my life. I don't have makeup all the time. I just want to be real. And then when people leave like, you have a pimple, oh, like your underarms are
I didn't like mold my skin to look like that.
Yeah, they're like, your face is so greasy, wash your face or something.
People say that,
Yeah,
but I
they
have
do.
dry skin, I can't relate.
So that's like really random, like, why are you telling me that? Or they'll say you look dark, or some part of your body looks dark, and I'm like, okay, it looks dark, like, so what?
Why is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of credit for comments like this goes to people who don't say anything back and say let it go, let it go, let it go. Like, I usually let it go. I am usually one of those people, but some comments slide right in under the corner that you really want to go and like punch the comment in. But apart from that, I feel like, again, what you and I really do have in common is that we do makeup list stuff. I mean, I did a shower routine video last month and I literally just sat there without makeup, without doing my hair. My hair was, if you guys watch Friends, which I hope you do, I was basically Monica with the humidity, because like my hair was...
But that's
up in
me
her
also
face.
right now.
No, like after shower, like a hair bath. My hair was like... no jokes. I make a conscious effort towards being real because I feel like there are so many people on the internet not being real. We need to compensate for them, right?
No,
like,
for sure, yeah.
And just be
like,
ourselves.
there's nothing wrong with being glam if you're a glam person, but I'm not an all the time glam person. I enjoy doing this once in a while, but
Yeah.
I'm also like makeupless most of the time.
Yeah.
And I would like to just be like normal and chat with you guys without having people like just pick out and nitpick these random little things, like.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm such a moody person. There are days when I like wear false lashes to go out for coffee, and there are days where I step out with nothing. All I can say is don't say anything in the comments that you wouldn't say to us in person to our face. Whatever floats your boat, man. If you'd say that to me on my face, then say it to me in the comments. Then you're just a mean person, but at least I can deal with you in person.
One person who's always been supportive through your journey.
Is it cheesy if I say mama?
That's my answer as well.
Yeah, mama. Like, she didn't know what I was doing, but she was there and she was like, go. And she would sometimes call it vlogging instead of vlogging at the beginning because she didn't know the difference. And I was like, no, ma, it's vlogging. But yeah, she's been supportive from like off the bat.
Get go.
Yeah.
Same here, even my mom, like we've always been like a unit growing up. My dad was away on work a lot, so it was just my mom and me. And she's always really supported me from the beginning. Maybe right in when I started vlogging, she didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But later on, she got on board, and now I couldn't create my content without her. Like I just couldn't. She takes most of my photos. She helps me with my video, and that's how I can work like alone, and I can get the credit alone. It's not alone. Like no one can do this by themselves. They need someone, and for me that is my mom. And yeah,
the most rewarding moment in your vlogging career?
My recent Cosmopolitan Blogger Award for the best beauty blogger.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
you vlogged that, right?
I did. I vlogged that. Yeah, I had to.
I feel like I don't have that single defining moment. I don't know if it's weird. I wake up many days feeling very happy with what I do and very happy with what I put out, but yeah, I can't think of like a one moment.
Which is not weird actually, it's totally fine.
It's like life.
It means you don't need any validation at all. I think that's
you asked
brilliant.
me also like what as like a happiest moment of my life or something. I can't come up with one thing. There are like many happy moments.
Yeah, but yeah, like for that even I wouldn't have. But for me, like the recent most like rewarding one has been this award.
Nice.
It's pretty special.
It's close by.
Yeah, it's right here. Should pick it up. It's heavy, so my cardio for the day is done, yeah?
Can I play with the phone?
Please do.
Hello. 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 Oh, it's echoing.
What was that Hera Fairy film? Hero kaun hai? Kaun hai ghar pe? What was that?
No. Who?
Babulal.
Babulal. I went off to sleep in Hera Fairy. No judgments.
I like that film. I enjoyed it sleep.
हेलो, मैं चंदू सोलंकी बोलता हूँ। देवी प्रसाद जी घर में हैं?
अरे कौन देवी प्रसाद? ये देवी प्रसाद का घर नहीं है।
क्या? देवी प्रसाद घर में नहीं है? किधर है?
अरे देवा, देवी का प्रसाद मंदिर में मिलता है, गराज में नहीं।
Changes you've seen in the industry from the initial years to now.
Oh my god, you should go watch the video on my channel for that.
Exactly, we've already discussed this.
We just like did our makeups from bare face to like with makeup. I think both of us went for like very basic, simple glam looks while talking a lot about the industry and how it's changed over the last decade.
So I mean, basically the simplest way to put it would be we've seen the numbers change. Earlier it was something like having a blog was important, being able to write was important. Now it's just having an Instagram following, which isn't even fact checked if that's a real following.
Stop right there.
Come on, we are all thinking it. But anyway, that is the simplest thing. We went into more detail and nuance. Oh, tea.
Spill it.
Oh, nice and hot. Warm tea. Feels good to hold. So yeah, you guys should watch that video because we've gone into detail and nuance there.
Yes.
Any tips for new upcoming bloggers?
So many.
So I would say that basically from a space that was very casual, now blogs have become more editorial. It was something that you could just do with like your webcam or your phone camera, which you still can start like that, but there's more pressure for like quality now. I would say have sort of a clear vision for what you want to do. It's not as like you can't be as random as
we were.
Yeah. We were just like, oh, I bought these new sunglasses today, like, and I did a blog post about buying these sunglasses.
Yeah.
You did that? Because I did that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be slightly inappropriate and say this. If you're looking to become like a serious full-time blogger and if you're starting in this day and age, I'm slightly worried for you because I think it's become so much more competitive. Like it's all about jumping to the 500Ks and it's all about shooting in 4Ks and so many Ks.
Very professional looking stuff.
Yeah, which is great because it's forced and made everybody more quality conscious, which I completely stand for.
It's difficult to start.
Yes, it's difficult to start. It's
if
also,
you're not like born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
No, it's not even just born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Even if you have a diamond spoon in your mouth, I would say you need genuine content because when we started, there was it was very sparse, the content creator quantity that we're looking at, whereas now You throw a stone and there is a blogger around the corner, and I'm saying that myself, so you can imagine what I mean, right? I see at least 10 new Instagram pages every other day who are all bloggers and who all have like 300 plus followers on Instagram, 300k plus followers on Instagram.
I think we've already talked about how that should not be used as a metric to judge.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
And how it should not be used as credible or validate your quality of content and your quality of actual reach. Having said that, I also want to say that if you're a new blogger, don't get intimidated by these numbers. Be quality conscious. Pick on what, like, you have the opportunity to learn from the mistakes we made. Like, there are times when I've looked back at certain you're talking about going shopping for sunglasses and blogging about it. I once helped a friend buy his girlfriend a Christmas present and blogged about it. Took pictures in the store.
That's sweet though.
Yeah, but it's not something I would blog about now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd
Instagram story,
probably put it in a vlog. I did like a dedicated blog post.
But that's what we were doing that time.
Now, really, there's a twist in this. That blog post alone got over 150,000 views.
So clearly, like, that was good content then.
It was great content, but I wouldn't do that now. You know what I mean? Also, like, I wouldn't. There's a lot of production value that we've learned over a period of time. We've had the opportunity to learn on what has worked on others, what may not work for us, and I feel like anybody who starts now should learn from our mistakes.
True,
and
but also have their own voice.
While having their own voice, while creating your own brand, and don't obsess over one social media channel, whatever it might be.
Diversify. To expand on the whole point about having your own voice, I know that's something that does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen for your first day. You're going to take time discovering it, but try not to completely rip off any other bloggers. That's just going to make you look bad. Feel free to take inspiration and to borrow in some ways. That's how the industry works, and there's no harm with it.
And give credit when you do.
Just don't, like, you know, be like many Bollywood producers and just completely...
I love Bollywood, so I won't comment.
But come on, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea. No, I mean, I'm just saying that I agree with you 100%. And don't be worried about taking time to figure your voice out, because it's happened to all of us. And you can't be expected to jump to level 20 if, you know, you're just starting. You know, we learn how to walk only after learning how to crawl, and that's just how it goes. Except for my brother, he started walking directly, he didn't crawl. Sorry, random fact. We don't have any more questions? Ooh, we done.
We could actually talk about this for like 2-3 hours continuously.
We could have. Like,
that's what we did, na, today, like while we were talking.
Next time we will do that mukbang super chatty session and eat the hell out of a pizza or a burger.
Exactly, guys. Like, I was suggesting that Aanam and I do a mukbang, so tell me if that's something you would like to see. Just us sitting and hogging and also maybe getting a few words in. I am really keen to do it.
I'm keen on it too. I think mukbang is a great idea. Came up with it, by the way. I mean, I've seen
It's
Jeffree Stars
Korean. It's Korean.
But who was the first content creator to do it?
I don't know. It's something that was like started in Korea in Korean language, and then it got exported to other
nice.
to the West.
But yeah, let's do it. Comment down below and make us eat all that food and throw in some cholesterol. Yeah,
That's kind of sad.
Well, you want to wrap this video up?
Yeah, I think it's about time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was so much fun to do. As I said, we could talk forever, but we're going to end this now. And don't forget to check out the video we did on Aanam's channel and subscribe to her and all of that good stuff. Everything is in the description box.
Why does everyone say all of that good stuff? I mean, even I say it sometimes, but why do we say it?
What would we say? All of that bad stuff?
All of that... I can't come up with... So I thought I got it there. By the time we do our next collab together, I'll have it, I promise.
Yeah. And of course, chat with us in the comments. We will be in the comments answering questions and stuff. So we would love to hear from you guys. Bye.
You and me.